Are you jealous?
Oh shit, here we go again.
What up? This is I Make Mad Beats, live here from outer space, another apologetic studio. And we are here with another episode of Tight Beat, where we are producers and engineers discussing all things producing, engineering, and entertainment, creative things and thoughts. Behind me is a cast that will introduce themselves.
Yo, it's me, LJ1S. What's good?
Period. Unique.
Exclamation. Kid Maestro.
I love it.
I don't.
I don't.
The real child, man. All I can be is me.
All you can be is hate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you got a lot of hate for Pro Tools on this episode coming up, right?
I have a lot of hate for Pro Tools on all the episodes. I have.
Avid
What's
is
the
just
giant back hate for Pro Tools?
damn backhate.com.
That's a term. Oh, yeah.
Backhate.com. Click the link now.
You know what you're talking about?
You know what I'm saying?
Click the link and find out.
Retroactive hate, you know what I mean? Dormant hate coming to the surface.
Damn.
That's wild, fam. Well, I mean, we got some topics. LJ, where we at?
Man, I think we're gonna start. So we have, is versatility overrated in this game? That's one we gonna tackle.
Well, hold on. Before you answer that, like, maybe not you personally, but where do you think versatility is rated? Like, if you had to do like a general consensus, do you think if it's like from 1 to 10 on importance, do you think most people think it is 10 the most important thing ever, or that 1 is like nobody cares about it?
Man, I feel like, right now, I think I'm leaning more so towards like a 4 or a 5.
You think versatility is
Yeah,
like nobody cares about versatility?
I really don't think that in this climate.
Okay.
And just due to like, so there's a few reasons. I feel like depending on the game that you're playing, depending on if you're on some like placement, chasing this and that, that's not that important anymore. And I say that due to a lot of the music that's being played in billboards and stuff like that. A lot of it sounds the same. So I don't think, like, me personally, yes, I say it's a great thing, but I don't think overall as the culture of music and stuff in this climate, I don't think it's that as important. Especially now, since a lot of people and producers are, as we talked about before, the drag and drop, or that culture is like with Splice is different. And then more so now, if you're really producing, kind of how it was back then, you'll hire someone to play, sessions or whatever. But 9 times out of 10, now in this climate, everyone's a Splice, track lib, or whatever the case may be. That I don't think, based off the stuff that I'm hearing out here that's charting and stuff and winning all these awards in that game, I don't feel it's that important as it used to be.
I feel like it's rated pretty high, but only in theory. I feel like in practice, people don't actually value versatility. Because I feel like a lot of people don't really put in the work to be able to be versatile and good. But to me, I still, and it might just be my generation, I might be wrong in this, but I still feel like the like Pharrell is still a big hero of people. Like I still feel like people are like looking to Timbaland, and even people like, well, maybe not so much anymore now, but like, you know, I think Versatility was kind of the path to get like your Monty Bookers, you know what I mean? People who could work with multiple kinds of artists and be able to fit well. Versus maybe like a more like an Alchemist kind of type.
Yeah.
I feel like people want to be like them, but like end up just doing end up just doing the same kinds of things. Like I feel like people don't really in practice value it.
Yeah.
Like they do, like they want to, in my opinion. So yeah, but I personally view that Versatility. I would give it for me, I would give it kind of like a higher rating, like an 8 or 9 in terms of importance. But I think that's more so for more traditionally minded producers, and I say that in like not producers who are also trying to drop albums and be an artist and be like the main thing also.
Right.
I feel like if you're just gonna be like helping people make records, I feel like you have to be versatile in what you listen to be able to. You have to be versatile and being able to meet people where they are. You know what I'm saying? Or you're gonna be putting them in a box.
Especially,
you know what I'm saying, that you are comfortable with.
Yeah.
especially if you plan on dealing with versatile artists, like
Yeah.
depending on where your bag trying to go or where you're trying to take your bag.
But if you're also the artist,
Yeah.
I think you could just. I think it might be more business better to kind of zero in on a specific thing if that's a large component of your brand. Or you'll have an easier time rather.
What you think, Nick?
Because I struggle with versatility, like, and it's not that.
You think you struggle with versatility as a producer?
Well, it's not that I struggle with being versatile. It's that I struggle with trying to stick to one lane because I'm so versatile.
Right.
And I do think like I can kind of agree with it being overrated. Like you gotta do so much. You gotta do this, that, and the other. But sometimes, like for a whole season, I'll be feeling one mood in one way, and I just want to do one style of music. And you know what I'm saying? What were you gonna say?
No, go ahead. I'm just
and who's to say that like I have to step outside of that, that lane or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And the artists that cling on to that lane that I'm going down, you know what I'm saying? Those are the ones that I work with, and when I get out of that season, I, go into something, maybe I'm feeling like trap hop or something like that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, niggas be coming up with shit nowadays. I'm just saying, shit, I want to come up with my own shit too, period. But, you know what I'm saying? Trap hop. You feel me?
I know you just made that up.
Yeah.
But like,
it sounds so right. You can't deny it.
It's like furthering an already existing.
Yeah.
It's kind of, that's why I was saying like
you're not black. You're blacker than black.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we just gonna push a little bit further.
wow.
But yeah, I do struggle with that, but like
soul and B, you know what I mean?
I've more so dealt with the whole like it's not okay to be versatile. You have to stick to one thing instead of it's okay to be versatile and still go down one lane too. You know what I'm saying? Like
we got Swiss in the chat on Facebook. He says he'd rather be good at one specific thing than just okay at a bunch of different things, if that makes sense. He said versatility is overrated. You never hear Alchemist producing trap type beats, but he's still respected as one of the greatest. he's really great in his pocket. Man, I'll push that idea even further. This is just how I personally feel about it. Like he said, he'd rather be good at one thing than just okay at the other. I'll go as far as to even push that a little bit deeper. Like, sometimes I'd rather be good at one thing than even good at a whole bunch of other things.
Yeah.
Right? Even if you're above average, you're actually good at those things.
Yeah.
Because like it just allows you, like, there's a psychological part to this, and this is the part that I said to you guys before we started all this, that I feel like a lot of people become versatile by necessity. They don't actually choose to become versatile. And it's because when you're starting off in this game, you're at the mercy of opportunity, right? And that's how I was, which was just like, man, you know, before I could dictate how I made my money, I had to just accept what came to me and try to be ready, you know, and a lot of different things would come my way. And so like, nah, I'm trying to be versatile for the sake of like being the right person when opportunity shows up at my door, because I'm trying to establish a career out of this, right? And you want people to look at you as like a solution to their variety of issues. And that's how I became versatile. I did not willingly become versatile. All I wanted to be was a beat maker. I don't know how I became the rest of this, but at the same time, when I see people who get to live in one lane, who somehow started off their career in a way that sets them up to just do one thing over and over and over again. Yeah, I mean, there is a little bit of like, man, I wonder what that's like. I wish I could do that. I wish I could just stay in one pocket. I wish every time I got a dope sample or I had a dope chord progression, I didn't have to figure out like, all right, do I want to make this something that's commercially viable, or do I want to go into a deep dark tunnel of crazy musicianship? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and the only reason why I even sit and ponder those things is because I'm versatile.
Yeah.
Right? If I wasn't versatile, I would just be like, well, I'm gonna pull out the dusty ass drums and
I wish I could.
Man,
I feel that 100%.
Man, I feel that, but only in admiration, because I've never, like, you know, even like with the Alchemist types, you know what I'm saying, like, it's always just been a level of respect, but I've never felt burdened. I've always like heard something and been like, oh man, how can I? Like, I've always wondered if I could do that. You know what I mean? Like, and wanted to try it. So, you know, that's a very interesting perspective. Like, I never felt like, damn, my God. You know, I don't know. That's interesting, and I think it is like a business jump. But like, just from the straight curiosity of it, like there's definitely been a part of me that just like that really wanted to, you know, write some Mozart type shit. You know what I mean? Like, and that would require me to, you know, kind of turn up in a certain way, right? And like, if I'm being honest, it would be hard to write some Mozart shit at the level of Mozart, because all Mozart was doing was writing Mozart. He was, you know, writing orchestral pieces. You know what I mean? So like, you know, there's definitely the reality in that, but that's never been like an emotional like component for me. It's like, damn. You know what I mean?
See, like for me, like I do that kind of stuff. Like I will straight up create like some Beethoven, Mozart type shit and trap it out. Like, and it's like, or I'll
pop it out.
Period.
trap song.
You know what I'm saying? Trap song. Come on, come on. Y'all better.
Trap song is actually a hard name.
Y'all better promote this. Period.
We already first.
But yeah, I like
Pop-Tart.
taking different genres and mixing them together is something that I love to do, but I know that it's not always like working in certain lanes, but I still make it because that's me. Those are my things. You know what I'm saying? I have my things and then I have the world's things.
Yeah. Okay.
I look at it like that.
Yeah. One thing that I will say, and y'all gonna laugh, you know, since getting to push 3, one thing that
this nigga,
I
flex is real.
have noticed
Ableton, pay us for this stream. You about to be
The
advertising for
flex
stream for the
is
rest of
real,
the
you guys.
One thing that I have noticed is when you're not using a computer to make beats specifically, like I don't know, I feel like your process develops rather quickly, and then like I just feel like you just kind of get locked into a workflow that I almost feel like you just can't help but the way you work. Like when I've just noticed that when you're on a computer, like your mind and process like just stays really, really open.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it's easier to just go different
Yeah.
directions. I definitely find my mind like creating limitations. You know what I'm saying? Just like, all right, like I'm really only trying to use 3 sounds because the process of bringing in another track, I could just feel like things just becoming more streamlined. Just naturally, like without that being like a conscious decision.
I mean, hey, bro, like these are the things that I be saying that I feel like not nobody, but I feel like very few people truly understand at this point because we're so on our computers and we're so on our phones and all of these things that we're just kind of like what's the word that I'm looking for? Notification ridden. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right? We just live a notification life to the point where we're just unaware of how notifications and the access to notifications like takes up unnecessary bandwidth.
Distractions. For sure.
Right? And so but I lived in a world where that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
And then even further, even when that world did exist, I still made beats on a standalone device for thousands of beats. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so I agree. Like, not only that, I think when you have a piece of some kind of hardware that allows you to make music that's not a computer, I also feel like a lot of your workflow and the thought process behind your workflow is like in your hands. It's not even in your mind.
Right.
So again, you're relegating more, you're allowing for more to be a part of the creative process and less to be, a technical or workflow thing. Because everybody knows what it's like to not remember a password, but your hands remember it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's how it is when you have a machine in front of you where you want to chop a sample, you want to move something, you want to turn something down. Your fingers are doing this with less of your mind in play. You know what I'm saying? But when you're just using a mouse, that scale moves a bit. And so there's more of your mind in play. There's more of workflow in play. There's more DAW. You're more DAW dependent. And in that scenario, you're there with all your notifications. Other things is happening. Your computer may slow down. It may not. The plugins that you're working with have different levels of compatibility. Blah 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 blah. Your hard, wherever you got your sounds, that hard drive might take a second to load up. There's so many things that we just be thinking, it doesn't really bother you, and it might not bother you, but what you don't know is it is affecting you, and you don't really know to the extent until you don't have to deal with all of that, and then you be like, damn. Maybe I didn't have Omnisphere, maybe I didn't have this or I didn't have that, but the level of locked in and like almost like you left the world is a whole different thing.
Yeah, and I could definitely see how it could just be easy for you to just like lock into like a specific sound.
Yeah,
and then if that was your primary way of making music, and then had to create something outside of your norm in order to like take advantage of opportunities, I think I can understand how that might be frustrating, because I can just like, it just happens very naturally how like I'm just like, options were already cut off, but now I'm like, because of the process, I'm also like trying to like limit, okay, let me just take this sample as far as it can go, because I don't want to add another sound if I don't have to. You know what I mean? Like, so let me filter it. Let me like really put some effects. Let me envelope it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And and then like I'm gonna move on to drums. Is this good? Okay, I need a bass. All right, fine, let's do it. Can I filter the bass and use the bass in the sample? You know what I mean? Okay, I gotta play bass line. All right, let's do that. And that's fine. But it's like it just seems everything is way more deliberate. You know what I mean? And I think that level of deliberation tips the scale away from versatility if you're doing it a lot, one after another.
I feel that.
Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with versatility. I'm not gonna act like a big part of my career and getting to this point was being versatile. And maybe this is some grass isn't, the grass is greener type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm just looking from this side of the street of having to have been versatile for 20 years, and I'm just wishing I could have just produced for Doom for 20 years, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what this is. Or I wish I could have been Madlib, you know what I'm saying? Nah, man. I think being versatile is great. I just don't think, I feel the same way about being a balanced person. When people say, well, we want you to be balanced, have a balanced, plate. Like I always find that like young people who are obsessed with something like that's looked at as like a negative thing. And I vehemently disagree.
Depends on the obsession.
Yeah, of course, like not drugs.
Your system would melt.
Depends
Good job,
on
Sam.
the obsession.
Obsessed with heroin. Good job.
Great job.
Yeah,
Man's focused.
Going too far.
Yeah, when it comes to that, like I heard it put really well that I feel like balance is a season. Like if you're in balance, you're out of focus. If you're in focus, you're out of balance. And sometimes life requires you to accomplish something or to get somewhere. You have to focus, which means something's gonna be out of whack. And you accomplish that, then you can be in balance or whatever until it's time to do something else. You know what I mean? Or that's when you gain some perspective to get the ideas for the next thing you need to focus on. You know what I mean? Like it's all, that thing.
With the, my bad.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
As far as like production and being a producer, like I can see how being locked in on one like genre with the artist or whatever, how you can master that. But I don't know, as a creative, I love sounds. So, and I love music, obviously. I love different genres of music. So being able to jump into those worlds, if I choose to, like for me, is great. Like, I mean, because yes, we do this and this is a business and everything like that. But as the child in me, like just loving to create. Sometimes I want to jump into a pop world, and so being able to do that, like I feel like that's super important for me because in those moments, that's where I'm having the most fun.
You know what? I have a theory, and Neem, I feel like you're really the only one that can maybe give more insight because on this. But do you feel like versatility became like an important thing once albums like Illmatic came out, where it was one artist but mad different producers, so you got more of a range of sound versus like when it used to be more just like it's Eric B and Rakim, and like that was the thing, and so now people started hearing a variety of production on one artist and feeling like I need to be able to
That's
do
interesting.
that. Do y'all feel like that would kind of be a thing?
That kind of ties into the whole thing that Neem said, like doing it because they have to.
On some opportunity.
Yeah.
Like if you want to get these credits type thing, let me learn how to make this style or whatever. If this is what he's into, that could be a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I mean, I think that could have played a role in it, but I don't know. I mean, I think before hip hop, people were trying to make quote unquote well-rounded albums. You know what I'm saying? I think, you can listen to Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? king of pop, but like, you know, there are ballads, there are upbeat, slow, you know what I'm saying? Like, so the versatility was there. But I think specifically when it comes to rap, I think versatility and the need or the desire for versatility came when hip hop got big enough for people outside of hip hop
Yeah.
to want to like,
I can see that.
yeah, like the first time Christina Aguilera hit up DJ Premier to produce a song.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, or when Jay-Z is like, yo, I want to do an album with Linkin Park.
Right,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
You know, like
That's
these
good.
are like,
I feel that.
you know,
Kendrick
these are the
doing
moments.
a
Oh,
song
like
with
Run
U2.
DMC would rock this way and shit with Aerosmith. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are like, it was like, oh snap, like, you know, there's a whole bunch of ways to make money in this game, and if you can reach out to other genres, even better.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like once that happened, then the floodgates, you know, became open. But I also think like versatility. I think one thing that we haven't mentioned is like you're much more likely to feel the pressure or to want to be versatile if you're the kind of producer that wants to produce for one artist, right? One or two artists. Like you have an artist you produce for. You know what I'm saying? It's like if I'm like, yo, I want to do an album for Pro, right? And I want to produce all of it, right? Well, then I have to be versatile. Can't be the same album, same song,
Same
you know,
song, yeah.
over and over and over again, right? But if I'm the kind of producer that just submits beats to labels, A&Rs, and artists and stuff like that, and I'm not necessarily trying to have my own artist and craft out a complete and comprehensive sound that way, well then not. You can just
Just
make one thing and just have that be the thing that people come to you for,
Right.
and that's it. You know.
I feel that.
So.
That makes sense, yeah.
Versatility. Ah, man. Yeah.
Sum it up.
Yeah, I also feel like once niggas started making beats that was also like amazing musicians, like that could just play crazy shit too. I feel like niggas started to be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Because niggas was versatile in what they could bring to the table because they just had more tools that were natural to them. You know what I mean?
Also on that, like that's okay. That opens a crazy door. Do you still feel like this is an interesting question. Do you still feel like however much versatility is valued right now, do you feel like when people say, hey, I want to be versatile, do you feel like they A, learn new skills, or B, go and find a variety of sounds?
Man,
You know what I'm saying? Meaning like
that's a good one.
Meaning, like, you know, if somebody's like, yo, I want to be able to also produce like something for Smino.
Yeah.
Right? Are they going and looking for that Smino, you know, chord pack?
Right.
Or are they like, yo, let me learn how to play these kinds of chords? Like,
I think it depends on
Who you talking to?
yeah,
but
because in your
which
approach,
would you think is happening more?
I think honestly, in this culture, folks are not learning new skills.
Man, I don't know, bro. Like, I feel like I want to feel that because the availability of like the Smino chord pack is so.
I
That's
feel
what
like
I'm
they're
saying.
just going to just listen to
But-
a bunch of Smino songs.
But
and
also, it's like
replicate them.
it's like a new tutorial, nigga, every day. Like I feel like it's a thriving
Literally.
like educational
Like,
space as well. Like I feel like people
I
are
agree with that.
learning
But
shit.
I guess
still.
what I'm saying in that sense, a lot of times people that are creating the tutorials, I know at least in my experience, a lot of them aren't like, their goal isn't to be like placement producers. They're not in that game.
Yeah.
A lot of them, they just love to have the knowledge. They are teachers,
Well, yeah,
so to speak.
What I'm saying is I believe there's a market because you know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of teachers because a lot of people want to learn. So
I
I
can see that.
can't just I'm saying it's hard for me to just say niggas is because you know I guess I'm saying I really don't know, but I find that it's hard. If I want to learn, it's not like I'm like people go to YouTube. They like that's
of
the
course,
number
of
one
course.
search giant, and so I kind of feel like I don't know. I feel like people might actually be like learning shit. You know what I mean?
Well, okay, I guess
I mean, hey, YouTube University.
I'm definitely a student of
I ain't
YouTube.
lying.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm definitely an alum. All that.
half of
Terminal.
America, if not all of America, is some kind part of YouTube University.
But I guess what I'm saying is a lot of, and again, this just goes with if you're playing the placement game, whatever. Like a lot of what I'm hearing is a lot of the same type of stuff. So, and I feel like just as much as you're saying you're constantly seeing like new tutorials, I'm also seeing like people dropping new packs, samples of the stuff that people are watching, and I feel like now it's so many people that's like, yo, we see it all the time. Yo, I made 100 beats and it's only Tuesday. Like, and a lot of times that's because they on some drag drop. All right, that's cool. Let's keep going. But like being around us and the people that actually enjoy the craft and like love to learn and want to get better, I feel like there's a core of us that will like put the work in to try to figure out these chords versus just be like, all right, let me get AI to Smino chords. And you know,
First of all, you come to me talk about you made 100 beats in 24 hours. I'm gonna send you right back out the door. You can't walking in because you flogging.
I don't know,
bro.
Now,
have y'all been seeing that kid that be like literally programming a beat in FL in like 17 seconds, 30 seconds? Like that shit is crazy.
Yeah. That's
be
what
like
I'm saying. Like
beats. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
But I've seen that person. I've seen a few of them, and with that, a lot of those beats sound very
the same.
Yeah. So, but okay. So we are talking about versatility, and so it's this might be a detachment from that. But I was gonna say, like, do you feel like? Ah man, I don't know, because it's two topics in my head. So like, well, I'll marinate on that. But I do feel you. I feel you.
Marinate.
Because you're basically saying the sounds aren't being versatile, so therefore they can't be learning new skills to be versatile.
They just,
Nah, I feel that.
Especially if like damn near 85% of the music that's on the radio these days has the same cadence.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, America. Just keeping it real.
Well, we right at the right time to segue into the next topic. So what we got, family?
Oh, the DAW personalities.
Oh yeah.
Damn, DAW personality test.
So let me explain this. Let me explain this to everybody out there.
Step
watching,
right up.
Who is watching currently or may watch this in the future. We had this idea. We were like, man, what kind of person uses Ableton? What kind of, obviously these are stereotypes. They're not comprehensively true, but with some lightheartedness. What kind of person uses Logic? What kind of person is like Pro Tools? What kind of person uses an MPC? Right?
It's interesting.
So I wanted to have a discussion about DAWs, why we choose them, what are we virtue signaling? Why do we feel the need to defend our DAW? Why are we ready to really be mad at somebody for talking shit about our DAW? Like what's going on?
So if y'all look at like, let's say Kid, what kind of DAW would y'all think he would use?
I mean, he already.
It's very clear. You know what I mean?
No, I'm just saying without y'all knowing, like what kind of DAW would y'all think just by Kid's personality and who he is and how he makes music, what kind of DAW would y'all think he would be using?
Honestly, it even though I know, but it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Or at least with how I look at Ableton and how I view it as far as like the details and stuff and the sound design and stuff like that. Like knowing how detail oriented like Kid can be, stuff like for me that it makes sense.
Word. Okay. What about Matt? What kind of DAW would y'all think he used?
It makes sense.
These are. I don't know if I could detach myself from
that's what I'm saying. Like, 'cause I'm like, it makes sense.
Like,
I don't know if I could.
I can't. I know for me, I can't even defend my. Yeah. So it's like whatever. I'm
what
still
kind of DAW
searching.
would y'all think that I used, or would y'all even think that I used a DAW at all?
Well, hold on. Let me go down my line right quick.
Period.
We can discuss that. I would think LJ using MPC, right? That's what I would think. Especially the more I talk to him about, like, nah, man, you know, certain things done certain ways, and some of his approach to things. And then when I listen to the beats that he loves to make,
Yeah.
I would be like, man, I would swear this man using MPC. Yeah, Kid,
Yeah.
and okay, so like and I understand if you're like, if you were born in like 2021, which most people are, they pretend, but if you're like, but if you're of the more contemporary modern side of DAWs, like then you probably are unaware of the stain that Ableton had in terms of its ability to sound great for the first half of its existence. Ableton is not new. I know you guys, like to be like live and it can do blah blah blah. Ableton is just as old as most of you people using it, right? And the first half of its life, it was like the first half of LeBron James's career. You know what I'm saying? And people love
shots
to be like,
are real.
LeBron,
No
LeBron,
chases.
LeBron. I'm a LeBron fan. Hey, dog, but let's be clear. The first half of LeBron's career, he was scared as hell. You know what I'm saying?
I can
And he was a rookie in the game, and he had big flaws. You know what I'm saying? And that's how Ableton was. And so, like, the engineer side of me, knowing the engineer side of Kid, when Kid told me he was going to use Ableton, I was just like, well, prepare to never sound as good as me. Because I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? I was being, because of the stain. Like, there's a stain.
It's a history.
There is a historic stain on Ableton. Ableton has been able to do magical things in the world of time stretching for 20 years. There's a reason why that it is just now becoming Ableton.
Yeah.
It's because it used to sound terrible. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
And so, that part confused me when he first adopted Ableton. I was just like, oh, well, he's caught up on the creative side. He's not really caught up on the how it's going to sound side. But Ableton and interfaces and everything have had so many great advancements to where now it's like that's not a thing anymore. But if he wasn't in Ableton, I'd probably see him in like, I don't know, maybe even Reason. Right? And I'm gonna
like a
tell you why.
reasonable guy.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Reasonable.
It's because like Reason is so built-in synth heavy, right? Like a lot of the sounds I hear Kid Maestro loving to use, like Reason come with it. You don't even need to buy another VST
Facts.
or any of that stuff. It's very dance oriented, which I know Kid loves to implement these kinds of sounds.
Yeah.
But then also like, I mean, it's also like eerily close to real life, in terms of like
No,
patch
for real,
cables,
though.
the
For
science
real,
of it,
I love
running
Reason for
things
that.
through different
Yo,
things.
for
You
real.
can get real scientific in Reason before other DAWs were really advertising that.
Right.
Like for real, for real.
Yeah. So that would be that. For you, Unique, I would think you were in Logic.
Word?
Yeah.
Bro, that's the one thing I would have said. Or
Yeah.
GarageBand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Damn.
And GarageBand is just iMovie to Final Cut,
Right.
which is Logic. Which is GarageBand to Logic. Yeah. I would have thought you would have been in Logic.
Okay.
Yeah,
Especially on the
Those are my
recording
takes.
side too.
Yeah.
And but that's what I'm like. That makes the LJ's make sense. But it was the one with you specifically. I was like, bro, I just don't see you using anything other than MPC. Like maybe another hardware junk, but like a classic junk, like an ASR. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Like,
saying. Like he comes from that era.
Like it just
that world.
the way you talk. It just you already using it. You know what I mean? Now, I see. I feel like it's kind of crazy that A, I hated Reason, and B, like
Which Reason were you using?
I don't even remember. It had
Reason
to be.
11 was
year,
the shit.
What year was what version was in 2000? like 9 or 8. Between 7 and 9.
I want to say reasons.
I don't think they had introduced, like, you couldn't record it yet. They didn't have audio file and stuff like that yet.
Nah, yeah, because they were still using Rewire
Yeah.
around that time.
Yeah.
Rewire was the shit, though.
It was cool.
Rewire is what every other one of these VSTs are trying to accomplish.
It's just never as good, bro. Like,
Never.
I just hate the process of it, like,
Yeah, it was a process, though, for real.
of setting it up. But at that time, I wasn't using templates and stuff. I'm pretty sure if I had it now, it would definitely be set up, ready to go.
Yeah.
I feel like all the type of people that use Logic, I feel like those are always vocal artists who got into producing.
That's facts.
Like,
That's why I would.
I disagree.
I need to try out Logic then.
I'm saying, but like stereotypically, I feel like it's always like some Steve Lacy ass. Yo, I just made this on my phone, just trying to. And they a singer, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then they may graduate to Logic as like when they really start, trying to get scientific. But like the most like, I just need something. I mean, you look at Sheena in there, who's in there working. You know what I'm saying? Like GarageBand on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just. You can even look at a person who is like an instrumentalist, but like Elo, he's just like a songwriter. Yeah, and like his main genre is Logic. Started off on GarageBand on a not computer. I just feel like that's the genre.
I say it's interesting. Like I agree with what you were saying, but like for me, my first person I actually met using Logic was Sonny, and like I kind of put him onto the machine. But like he was using Logic when we first collabed. He was in Logic. Like, I went to his house and we were working in Logic.
What year? What year did you meet him?
That was
1994.
Nah, actually, yeah, no. Well, we. I feel like I want to say it was closer to like 17 or 18.
2017. Mm-hmm. So Billie Eilish was out / Phineas.
Yeah.
I think by that point, Logic was way more respected in the like making beats
production
world, for sure. To where, and I don't know when he got started, but
yeah I'm not sure
if he got started. If he got started in GarageBand, like that's just the natural.
It just makes sense.
I'm not sure exactly where he started from, but I know as far as Logic is, my first introduction to Logic was him because I was just Pro Tools. And as far as recording everything, so I didn't have a need to go look at Logic.
And I would say too, Logic, like I feel like that's probably the easiest one to get in the streets outside of FL Studio, which for a long time Mac users couldn't use. Yeah. So like that was a whole transition.
Facts.
And if you wanted to go legit, it's like the cheapest one to buy too.
Mm-hmm. True.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
It's the cheapest one to buy that can do everything.
The quality, yeah. That makes
Absolutely.
sense.
That's it. Now Logic, I feel like bang for your buck, Logic. You know what I'm saying? Like if there was like a young person who was like, yeah, man, I'm trying to get into production and recording and blah blah blah, and they didn't have a whole bunch of money, and they also didn't seem too particularly like about the science of it, I would just tell them to go Logic.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Absolutely. But hold on, we haven't really zoomed in. Like, what are the personality traits? So so I think Kid kind of zoomed in on some like what kind of like a vocalist
artist.
or whatever, blah blah. But like, I think. Okay.
Logic people are snobs, bro.
Okay, no.
Really? Damn.
Hold on, bro.
Damn.
Hold on, bro.
Damn, Sonny.
Calm down with the disrespect, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't even use Logic like that.
Stereotypically and lightheartedly, as we, you know what I'm saying. As we said, but like,
Sort of put that in there.
Niggas be, it's just snobs in the like, in the this only took
He
me.
means that in the most disrespectful
you know what I'm
way.
saying? It's something light, you know what I mean? Just like,
I feel like that's
the stunt is in how little it took to do something. Like that kind of personality type.
I feel like that's NFL. I feel like
You know
that's
what I mean?
NFL.
No, it's not.
It's the
For
same
sure.
type of person that will continue to only make music.
Sonny said,
on the
"Wait a
phone.
minute, bro." He said, "Wait a minute."
To me, it's the type of person that will continue to only make music on the phone because that is a stunt. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like people who be the same type of person. You know, the same energy of like we some young niggas. You know what I mean? Like, you know, the pride and glory is in being sub 21. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I feel like everything you're describing is definitely for me. Is definitely FL.
1,000.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Okay, so all right, Logic people to me are like
in
like,
America specifically.
Okay, Logic people to me are like well-rounded, like they probably lean more towards musicianship. So most people I know who use Logic can play an instrument, right? Okay, so they probably lean more towards like musicianship than like engineering or any sort of like scientific, approach to things. You know what I'm saying? Which would mean to me that they're probably more of an English / liberal arts person than they are like a science and mathematics kind of person.
Interesting,
right?
That's interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
Now, let's go there, right? There's 10 stalls in the bathroom. You're at one urinating, right? The guy who's gonna stand right next to you, that's an Ableton dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
damn,
that's an Ableton dude, and he's gonna do that to try to use Ableton, bro. Like, Ableton dudes is a cult. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have to promote Ableton in all seconds, and if they not, they feel like something's wrong with their life. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like, and so I try to look at that psychologically, right? What kind of people take on an identity of a DAW so hard that they gotta go out and promote it 24/7? To me, these are people with something missing in their lives. Damn. Right? They have holes in their heart, and the developers of Ableton have come and saved you.
Yeah.
Right? And now you must speak to Ableton
to me
as you walk the planet.
To me, it's the like. To me, I feel like NPC niggas are the exact same way. They just have more money.
The battle
they
is
just
real.
have more money to count the
And the
actual
battle
machine.
is
You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's not true. I've never seen a dude walk up to, "Hey, bro, you use NPC?" I've never seen that.
It's wild, but I've definitely heard, as far as the bragging of the DAW, I've definitely heard a lot more between Ableton and like FL niggas.
Yeah.
I'll give y'all that. I'll give y'all that. Ableton niggas be like nigga, bruh. Except maybe
Ableton
Avid.
dudes feel smarter than everybody else. They feel like, my DAW is smarter because I'm smart.
Except maybe Avid. Ableton is like the only niggas that have their own convention. Like it's like
You got some style shit.
You know what I mean?
Yo, you don't remind me of hold on.
That's stunning for real. That sound like straight.
Hey, yo, for those who don't know, man, like there is a Memphis Tesla owners group, right? I hopped in this giant on some like, yo, I got a Tesla. Yo, I'm gonna hop in this giant, bro. Yo, this is the most elitist joint ever.
The discrimination
Like, I'm like, yo, I don't even want to be in this joint no more because of the way it rolls. You know what I'm saying?
But and so. You know what I'm saying? That is a very, you know what I'm saying? But these niggas is also very community oriented. They show love.
See, man,
they
you
also
down with them?
they also the most
You down with ABT?
also the most sharing information niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole world has benefited. Like Ableton niggas is the Ableton niggas is the ones on YouTube, bro.
He had to stand up with this shit. This nigga had to stand up. Oh, it got serious, people. It's serious.
You are true.
Stand up. He's standing on business. This nigga standing on business by Ableton, period. Do not play with him.
Like, hey, don't get it twisted. If you ever
Do not
thought
play with him.
it was any other DAW that kid represents, if you ever thought, like, now you know.
My man Sonny said,
If you ain't representing like that, I don't want to see nothing.
my man Sonny said, hold on, my man Struley says, That's because it takes 15 years to learn Ableton. That's fact. So after you have devoted yourself to the Shaolin for 15 years, you're going to represent for Kung Fu for the rest of your life.
You know
All right, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Again, that's why I feel like NPC niggas, bro. Y'all niggas had to struggle, bro, to make a beat.
But see, it wasn't struggling. It was
Come on.
It wasn't struggling. It was a part of the
Bro,
life.
the story is the struggle. You know, niggas only had this screen, couldn't see shit. My screen was off.
The story is the struggle.
He's showing he only 13 years old. He's showing he only 13 years old. When people were saying that, they talk about other beat machines. They talk about other beat machines.
I had to start.
Other beat machines existed before NPC.
Back
You
in the
7-year-old. Like, that's what we talking about, not NPCs.
Bruh.
NPC's been ahead of
I'm
the
going
game.
off yo.
Hold on.
What to use
That's facts. But my stories wasn't always about NPCs. I've had many other beat machines.
I'm talking about your NPC. I'm talking about your NPC stories, bro.
But we talking about your memory because right now you confusing. You feel me? Yo, let's go to the chat. You feel me? Yo, on the chat, I picture all NPC users a New York. Our New York talking and saying son after everything, but I mess with y'all. Yo, that's what's up, Sonny. Yo, no doubt, son. You feel me? Word up, OD. You a kind of OD right now. It's kind of
He jacking.
I feel like the whole NPC niggas is changing though. Once they came out with the live,
That's facts.
Like, this is a new breed of niggas. You know what I mean? And I don't really know what to make of them.
man.
Exactly.
So what?
You know what I'm saying? Show some respect. That's what
Put some respect on the NPC.
I feel like
We got
FL. If it's like FL niggas,
Y'all gonna put some
is
respect on
NPC
FL
live.
too. Don't do that.
Okay, now FL dudes. This is FL dudes. FL. All my people out there that use FL. Y'all are the most trying to look like y'all don't really care people on planet Earth. Like, there is no group of people who care more about not looking like they care
Being cool
than
and shit.
FL. Yeah, everything gotta be
Nah,
cool.
I ain't
And
with
everything
that
is
clique.
like, man, I just looped this up in FL.
He
bro.
talking
Put
about
it
some
in
other
Code
FL
Speak, you know what I'm
users.
saying?
And then there's like the contradictory with FL niggas because they'll be so nonchalant. Took me 2 minutes, make it big. Like y'all niggas trying to. But then
I done seen them type of niggas. I done
then
seen
out of
them type of
nowhere
niggas though.
get mad like scientific. Like yo, I only use FL10 for the drums.
Right,
But
no,
then I
that's
use
facts.
FL11
Like,
for
why
the
I
bass.
hate
You know
when
what I'm
they say
saying?
that shit. Like, why the fuck
Hold on, but you know what that is?
I'm
I'm gonna tell you what that is. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you what that is. That's what it up, man. And let me be clear, you can make anything dope in anything. I'm not
Yeah,
right
cool.
now. We having fun being lighthearted about the kind of people we use,
Right.
whatever. But I'm gonna tell you what it is. I think even though FL has been in use and has produced records for many years, I still feel like FL users have the insecurity of not being seen as like real musicians or real producers, and so like I think that feeds in the way that they talk about FL, that or they don't talk about FL.
Yeah.
Right. I think that feeds into like how they just something about it's all like them trying to fill this void of like I use FL, so you're probably gonna think I'm less of a musician, so blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah.
You think
know
that's
what I'm
still
saying?
the
Absolutely.
viewpoint of
Yeah,
it?
yeah. People still, definitely.
Absolutely.
People still look at
It's
me,
still
and I'm
legit.
a FL user.
This-
Yeah.
Oh, well, go ahead, baby.
No, I was just gonna say people look at me and I'm a FL user, and they be like, "Oh, okay, you ain't really producing like that."
There's a generation
said-
of people that still remember Fruity Loops as the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wasn't even gonna go there, you know what I'm saying? But it's all good. You did. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? So like I definitely feel like there's like a level of insecurity, you know what I'm saying? It's particularly when you're talking about, because I remember when I went to school,
Trauma.
and learned engineering and stuff. And so once you start saying, yeah, I use FL, like there's just kind of this internal thing, like that's not a real dog.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just
I mean?
trauma.
Or it's
trauma.
like,
Dog trauma.
or it's like, but that's like FL is like the hood of DAWs. So it's like,
I get
The
Yeah.
most pirated, you probably
Exactly.
didn't pay for this shit.
Exactly.
Like,
I get you
So
that. I get
you're
you
immediately
Yeah.
fighting how serious you are.
Yeah.
Like if you say like, yo, I use Pro Tools or I use Logic, even especially with like there's some inference of I have invested in myself.
Yeah,
I
you're
am
right.
taking
Okay.
this
You're
seriously.
right. Yeah.
With
I get that.
FL,
I
it's
get
like
that.
you could be 6 years old and be like, I'm in
Yeah.
FL. Like,
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. No, that's true though.
and
That's
for a
very
long
true,
time,
though.
them niggas just got on Max. Like,
Right.
No, for
And-
real.
and-
Like when
bro,
they did that was a lifesaver though.
fam, I remember like it was like a whole thing. Like you're not serious if you don't use a Mac. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like, okay, do I got to switch? It was a lot going on.
No,
And
I
you
feel
didn't
it,
want to
yeah.
switch, so now you like you gotta them niggas also be the most computer science PC niggas ever. Niggas be installing fans and stuff and all kind of crazy stuff in the studio. Who be building computers and then be trying to act like they don't care. Man, get out of here, bro.
No, I definitely feel you with the
yeah, man, it's okay to care. Why is it such a horrible thing to care? It's okay, bro.
I care. FL cares.
What's the other DAWs, man? Who we leaving out?
Is Machine considered a DAW?
Bro,
I mean, it shouldn't be, but it is.
Yeah.
I can't even.
Respect my Machine dudes, but nah.
I can't even.
It's crazy.
Like, I can't even defend Machine, bro. And I feel like most
Studio One is good.
What?
Studio One uses.
Man, I don't
Don't
know.
do that.
I've heard.
Studio One is awesome. It's,
Hold on, I want to hear this Machine.
Nah, so like for me, and I feel like a lot of Machine niggas feel the same way, unless you're just getting on the Machine side. Like, but I feel like a lot of us are like, bro, that time is running out.
I was gonna say I feel like
Machine ain't all the hype that it was.
I just feel like Machine niggas have the most like non-attachment.
Bro,
to they shit.
No, that's what I'm
they
saying.
the most non-loyal niggas.
Yeah, because this is what it is. We're the kids sitting outside the house while all of y'all play with Christmas toys and shit. Like, cause
Damn.
every other dog stayed updated, and we just like, bro, what are y'all doing?
I feel sorry for Machine users. Like, so that definitely plays. Like, when I think of Machine users, I think of people who do beats like secretly. You know what I'm saying? Like, like on the low.
Damn.
Not in secret.
I'm gonna tell you why.
I can't even defend it, bro. I can't even defend it.
Because like we just got through talking about
I can't even defend it.
people for whatever. If you use any sort of MPC, you will rep that. If you use Ableton, you will rep that. If you use Logic, people be like, yo, Logic. If you use FL, people will be like, yo, don't sleep on FL.
Period.
I've never
Machine
seen
niggas-
nobody fight for Machine. I've never seen nobody defend it and be like, nah, sir, let me tell you about. I've never seen that. You know what I'm
The
saying?
hype
We're
loves
the
its
most
hype.
realistic.
And but here, this
Like,
is why I really feel sorry for Machine users. It's because like I've never seen. I've been watching. Understand, bro? Like I've seen like every instance of like the growth of how music is made. You know, in like the last 25 years. Like I've seen it all. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen a company generate the momentum Native Instruments did, and then just drop the ball.
Bro.
I've never. When Machine first came out,
We was repping.
Machine was
The hype
was
went away so fast.
Machine snatched it away from Akai.
Yeah,
Like,
no, for
let's
real
be clear,
though.
Akai had the trophy. It was Machine
Yeah,
that came
we-
through.
Bro,
his
they
For real.
did snatched it away from Serato too.
We were repping
Yeah.
for
They were the most innovative company
even-
out. Period.
Akai even tried to come out with new machines for FL and shit.
When Machine dropped, like
That didn't work.
that was one of them things. Like, oh, bet, yeah, we got something.
Yep.
We got something, and I was like people would tell you, I've
Everybody
converted
was,
niggas like, yo, nah, the Machine is it. That's how Sonny got a machine. Shamrock, he got a machine.
Converted
Like,
him to the dungeon.
but now I'm like, I don't know, bro. I'm looking into. That's why when I posted, like, yeah, I'm been looking at the MPC. I'm looking at Ableton. Niggas like, what? Like, but yeah, bro. They
Don't you hate that when
Decline,
like
fam.
something gets you all hyped up and it's just not what it was hyped up to be?
bro. I think the
Like,
last.
don't you hate that shit?
That's another episode.
Like, oh my
Man, don't even get me started
god!
on that, man.
Like, don't you hate that shit?
That's
Yeah,
another
I'm
episode.
so I think we're all disappointed.
Then you spend your money
In the
on that shit too.
Yeah,
Like,
it's hard to pin down the personality types of machine niggas because they all hide now. You know what I mean? They don't really I ain't never seen it, bro. When's the last time you seen a machine?
Ain't nobody
like
talking
Trump
about
supporters, man.
machine.
You never
Nobody.
they out there, but they never just gonna profess that, man.
No,
Always gonna have to find that at the
Like I
post.
said, Machine users were the most realistic. Like, yeah, we take, hey, we rock with Machine, but it's also like, hey, what you working on?
Y'all ain't loyal.
Because we're realistic.
It's like
We're realistic to see, bro.
It's like, yo, just let me make a beat, please. Whatever it is, I'll use it. Please save me.
You know who machine users is the number one being like, yo, what DAW you use don't even matter. You know what I mean? yo, it's all from up here, bro.
We got options. We got options. Like,
I'm just saying, bro, we're the most realistic because if we seeing the growth of every other dog, we just sit here looking like, all right, okay, cool.
y'all ain't being loyal to the DAW.
Ain't no, bro, we were loyal. We the one that helped hype it up.
My
when
man
it
Sonny
first came
said,
out.
the isotope integration didn't live up to the hype at all. Y'all
all, bro.
isotope
There's some
integration?
integration.
Bro, bro.
Like, I ain't even heard of
That's
that.
what I'm saying. Like, come on, man.
I knew
man.
the company
they
mix,
bro.
but there's some like plug-in integration or something.
Bro,
My man said I actually got lucky and bought an Ableton Push 1 for $100.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't fuck with the push one. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't fuck with the push one, and that was the one that Akai made. You know what I'm saying? Push 2.
That was a good setup. I respect it.
Hey, I know y'all tried to get like some hype off me. You know what I mean? It should be $100. It's old as hell. It got an MPC ass screen. You know what I'm saying? Like the old school, not the new joints, but like it's probably $100 is about what it's worth. You know what I mean? And you probably should just get a 2. The 2. You probably get the 2s now.
He just
No, you
threw
can
that
get
up in there.
the 2s now for pretty cheap because they're making the 3s.
This
so,
man talking about things on like it's Jordans or some shit. You got the
If
tools.
Ableton don't give you a
I got the black,
sponsorship,
you
The
know.
hilarious part to that is that the Push 3 just came. When the Push 3 came out?
It came out in May.
and he got one.
Yeah.
Okay, yet his screen remind me of the Native Instruments machine from like 8 years ago. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even touchscreen yet. Meanwhile, MPC dropped touchscreen
Hey, bro, just
with an iPad attached to it, essentially almost a decade
just
ago.
finish the song.
Almost a
mix
decade
it,
ago.
mix your song in that
Come
joint.
on, man.
and just
That's easy. That's
let me,
nothing, though.
you know what I'm saying?
I got 16 Q links. I can mix 16 tracks simultaneously. You're going to be pressing buttons to find a track. Calm down, bro.
That nigga said your fingers gonna get tired.
Calm down, bro.
These folks, man, these NPC niggas, bro. That's exactly they so hypocritical. They so hypocritical. Be like, even to y'all. These niggas is just aggressive for no reason, bro. Like niggas weren't even attacking NPC. I said Akai made the push, bro. That's it. These niggas just be defensive because they know what's up. You know what I mean?
Shut up, man.
NPCs literally got Ableton settings, bruh. They got shit that you can control Ableton from, bruh. Like,
But hold on, bro. Like, your little
Tell us
measly
how
ass
to
company
hold on.
couldn't even develop its own hardware.
it does.
Now,
I mean,
it took
now.
y'all niggas 20-something years.
It did, bruh.
Akai been making his own stuff since the beginning.
Akai been still
True innovation.
Akai still trying to make its own software.
Y'all whole stuff is
you
built
in Pro
off of-
Tools,
Y'all
bruh.
hardware is built off
You
of
in
my
Pro
stuff.
Tools, bruh.
You in Pro
You don't
Tools.
even use your own DAW.
I use my own dog every day, man.
Both of them are in Pro Tools. People. That's all we know.
I'm gonna tell you the funny thing. I'm gonna tell you what's funny. I'm gonna tell you what's funny about this, right? What's funny is that literally every MIDI controller, with the exception of maybe like the Rollies where you can do all of that, all of them are sons and daughters of what Akai did 40 years ago.
Bro, shout out to Akai. They are we talk about y'all dolls, bruh. We talk about doll personality types. And NPC niggas is sad. Like they just got a sad, aggressive, defensive personality because like they got a real doll. Like it's just what it is.
bro.
Switch to the other camera real quick, bro.
Hold on. I gotta say something real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna trump all of this. I'm gonna kill all of this right now. It was an NPC nigga that created all of this.
Hey man.
Let's calm down.
Hey,
And let's show some respect. Let's show some respect for what has been done
bruh.
and what has been built. You feel me?
Hey man, I just say off of that. NBC one.
It was a Pro Tools nigga that built all this.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Pro Tools nigga that built all this.
That's not facts, homie. That's not facts. I got receipts, bro.
It's a Pro Tools
I
nigga.
got receipts, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
I
just let
know
y'all
what
know.
paid for what. You know what I'm saying? It was in my
Shots with
pocket.
no
It was an
chasers.
NPC. You know what I'm saying? Mindset.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm looking forward to what your Ableton mindset can bring.
hey, bro, it's brought a lot. You know what I mean?
I'm like I said, I'm looking forward to it.
Ableton is able.
But until that moment, until that moment, you know what I'm
Niggas
saying?
is hate, bro.
It is what it is. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
crazy, bro.
Plus, bro, you talking about Push 3, you can't even hook up a microphone to it.
Yes, I can.
Hook up that microphone to it.
I can. I just need the adapter. You know what I mean?
He got no XLR input. He got no 48 volts.
Bro, it's only that fat NPC. Like, the NPC Live don't got the
Bro.
XLR joints.
Hey, he gonna buy a U87 and get an adapter. He gonna go to a Radio Shack in 1983 to go and find an adapter for that shit to not work,
Hey, bro, I got
you
dig-
have no
I got-
48 volts.
I got
You have
digital
no
IO.
volts.
I got digital IO. You know what I'm saying? We good. You know what I mean?
Digital IO?
Yeah, I'm saying.
But nothing is going in if you ain't got no mic hooked up, dog. What you hooking up? Something. You hooking up?
You can hook up a digital IO interface over ADAT.
I have the interface. You know what I'm saying? It's built into it.
You know
I got SD cards, USB ports.
You got it.
I got CV.
Yeah, man, but no plug-in delay compensation. Yeah, it's crazy.
It made its own plugins. Can you put third-party plugins into standalone?
No.
So what are we even talking about?
We talking about
what are we talking about?
We talking about DAW personality type.
He see me wearing red and trying to introduce red herrings, bro. Calm down.
He trying to change the subject, bro. We trying to change the subject.
The war between the DAWs will never end.
I'm not taking nothing away from the actual hardware, but man, the DAW is sorry, bro, and it's okay. Like, you know,
hold on, let me see. But dead ass, I will shout out to the Native Instrument DJs who make all of the MIDI coding to allow you to use all of machines and other MIDI devices to work with every other DJ software. That was a real sentence.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. They was innovative with that stuff, bro. But it's like they couldn't be innovative to make it for their own situation. You know what I mean? Like,
it's unfortunate.
I feel like Machine and I feel like Akai just like. They too versatile. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those situations. Like I mean, seriously, it's just one of those situations where it's like, damn. I feel like, particularly with like Machine, it was like, damn, we doing all this stuff. Let's just focus on what we do the greatest, which is content. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel it's one of them things where it's like they don't know.
Somebody got fired or.
Bro.
I don't know. Something.
I know something. Well, something
happened in the department.
Someone else bought the company. Itself. Yeah, so like, but that's been years ago now, and it's like, bro, what's happening?
Every time management changed, something else changed.
Yeah, but they been like, yeah, we're gonna do this, and the only thing we've been getting is fucking new keyboards and shit. Like, bro, I don't care.
Like, new keyboard, man. That's control. You can control the shit out of a plugin.
That's cool.
Scroll you some sound. Like, hell yeah.
Scroll you some sound.
I still have yet to try that, but it looks really dope. Yeah.
I mean, it's dope. Like, of course, it syncs up very well with the machine and everything like that. But when it comes to the things that I need to do, I had to rely on Pro Tools with the virtual input. You know,
let's talk about Pro Tools, please. Fuck them.
Shout out to FL being one of those DAWs that I can faithfully be loyal to, no matter if I'm recording or making a beat.
You feeling better?
Shout out.
Yes.
Shout out to Image Line.
Yo, fam. The personality type of people that use Pro Tools is brainwashed. Like that's what it is, bro. And I was one of the niggas. And I'm one of the niggas, bro. I was brainwashed into that shit, bro. Like that BS is crazy. Like, fam, how did you get introduced to Pro Tools?
Man, just wanted to record. Honestly, that's what got me into it. And I had to. It came with the I needed an interface. It came with.
Right. It's so many terrible points of entry, bro.
That's legit how I got into it.
I went into a studio and they had Pro Tools and I had no other choice but to learn.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what is that? What is that? Like, what is this whole thing of like, well, we use Pro Tools, so if you want, that's like the ultimate gatekeeping.
It was a professional standard.
If you want, that's a gatekeeping mentality, bro. Like, gatekeeping mentality, bro, because you can say the same thing about skin color. You got to be white to record here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, or else you're not gonna be successful. Like, niggas was not serious. You was not serious if you was not in Pro Tools, which is crazy.
No, look for real though,
look at the landscape nowadays, bro.
I can understand them on that because it was a lot of studios that did work with Pro Tools, and if you were trying to record yourself or even be recorded and you didn't know anything about Pro Tools, like they weren't really trying to work with you.
Yeah, but like, hold on, y'all are looking at that from a very victim mindset. Like, look, man, like, no, like. Let's stop hating on the fact that Avid actually DigiDesign was first to market in a way that allowed them to get into the major spots first, and then it just became the standard. And I'm saying this because I was there. Like, I was actually in Quad, in Electric Lady, in Sony. You know what I'm saying? They weren't saying like, it wasn't put like that. It wasn't like, yo, we use Pro Tools and you use something else, well then fuck that. Like, nah, it was like, no. Record labels, blah, 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 what they know is Pro Tools, what their engineers are going to be using is Pro Tools, what their artists are expecting to is Pro Tools. So you need to understand how to do that. Now, at the same time, right? If an artist wants to record in Logic, man, that's dope. But we hope you know that as well. And if you don't, we will find people. It was the oil of the industry. It wasn't a discrimination or a gatekeeping thing.
Well,
it's just that's what it was. They were first to market at that level.
That's what I guess. That's
Well,
what it
people
was.
always around didn't explain it that
what
way.
it was at
They ain't
that
explain
time.
it like
But
that.
now, I know when I got introduced to the joint, it was just on some like. You don't use Pro Tools, you can't you just can't be a serious joint.
Yeah.
But forget though, like I would be okay, like if that was the case and Pro Tools fucking programmed a superior situation. Them niggas is acting like that and then got the nerve to switch to this like crazy ass like subscription model.
Bro,
like niggas be trying to record one track. Niggas recording one track and that shit shut down, bro. Like and niggas still and then we still talking about like you not serious if you don't use Pro Tools, bro. That's some brainwash shit, bro. Like niggas need to wake up. You know what I mean? Like wake up. Switch another. Wake up, soccer. You know what I'm saying? Wake up. You know what I mean? Wake up. Somebody got we gotta wake up or Avid gotta wake up and we see what's happening. You know what I mean?
After the Pro situation when it just kept dying, I'm like, bro, it's legit nothing on the tracks.
Bro, and they confused what they they forced everybody to. They got their own version of every plugin. Yep. Right? They got their own version of every plugin. So that shit should run immaculately. It doesn't ever. 2, they confused. Like, fam, do we need an iLock or not? Why? Why would you? Why can you have your iLock plugged in? And still get a cloud situation when your Pro Tools shut down, and then be on the cloud, and then they ask for your iLock. What is going on? Like,
I agree with you.
It don't even make sense. Like, come on, this is Avid, right? First to market, you know what I'm saying? Innovative situation, industry standard. Like, and all they're doing is like either pricing everybody out or ignoring everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't get no customer support unless you pay some crazy money.
No, for real though. Like literally.
Bro, what's going on, bro?
Like literally, that's ridiculous though. Like customer service support is supposed to be available for any rank, if you ask me. Like at least some kind of communication. Like don't just cut me off because I ain't giving y'all niggas the money that y'all feel like I need to give y'all to work with y'all systems and shit. And if I did pay for the system, y'all still putting a fucking subscription on there. Like what the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Subscription is everything.
Yeah, like dude, I like we already gave y'all hundreds and thousands of dollars for the damn system. Like give me something.
I definitely felt like if you had Pro Tools for a while, like at least over 5 years before the subscriptions came, you should have just got it for free.
And free updates,
I
like something free, a free VST.
I think I'm not mad at having to pay for updates, right? But like you just
not if you paid $1,000 for the software.
Like if you
right, that's
Like if you update, like you just got to keep paying now. Like like that's it, bro. Come on,
y'all need to change that shit.
It's predatory.
Y'all need to change that.
But you know, on a more lighthearted note, the type of personality type to use Pro Tools, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I guess old. I don't know.
Damn.
I don't know.
You know what
that people will be
fam?
no.
And this is the part, and it's funny because like it's like I say this about rap. Every time somebody's gonna claim to be the greatest rapper of all time, you know who they're gonna say they're better than?
Jay-Z.
Absolutely. All right. And as long as people are saying that, that's how you know Jay-Z.
Jay-Z still.
Like for real.
Same
that's
thing.
Pro Tools. Like, I mean, that's. I'm not saying Pro Tools is perfect, et cetera, but like to sit here and act like everybody is like passively indoctrinated into the Pro Tools gang, and then also to like fail to mention that the most successful people in the digital age of music was in Pro Tools.
Yeah.
Like to fail to mention that
Yeah.
the most creative minds on planet Earth,
I feel
right, have all at some point used Pro Tools in their line of creating, and have that as a standard. Not, and you're talking about people who could choose to do anything that they wanted, any way that they want to do it, and it's still happening in Pro Tools. These are free minds, free thinkers, people who aren't, gate kept or these are literally radical people who have thought in radical ways, who still find themselves using Pro Tools, demanding Pro Tools. To not mention that side of the game would just be, intellectually dishonest.
Yeah, I feel like that kind of goes into
understand
one of the other topics, which is like loyalty to workflow.
Yeah.
Like I think,
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, and that's why I said what I said, where it's like, I'm not saying loyalty. That's why I mentioned, like, I'm talking about people who are known for radically changing something once they get somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For people who were like, okay, maybe at one point they did it this way, but who are known for being like, nah, I don't do that no more. Now I do it this way
are you
because
saying
I have
like
the power to change
the
things.
personality type? Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, you know what I'm saying? And those people still use Pro Tools. They still choose to use Pro Tools. They did not find it necessary to go and find and change something else.
I feel like the people that value Pro Tools in that way are whatever the personality types that like are like the champions of analog gear, because Pro Tools is really the only one that like that allows you to do that. I think the most seamlessly.
Yep.
Or is known to do that, like the kind of the intricate routing in the way that does. So whatever personality type is like, you know what I'm saying? If it's not an analog, death. You know what I'm saying? Like it's, you know what I mean? That's the
whole funeral for
No, I'll also say this too, man, and I'm gonna just be real with it. Of course, this is not exclusive, but this is just the truth. Like, Pro Tools users make more money. It's just fact, and I think that there's something to it. Meaning, like, if
especially
like what kind of American can speak Chinese? Right? You know who? Someone that recognizes that being able to communicate in Chinese or in Mandarin is the future, is important to business, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So let me learn this so that way I can be a better business person, a better communicator, and I can travel more and make more deals. I think that that's where Pro Tools. I think with every other DAW, you're finding people more focused on their internal artistry or how they want to do things. I think with Pro Tools users, they're thinking about meeting people where they are at the industry standard and getting this fucking money.
the most versatile people like this.
Yeah.
Is
1,000%.
I feel that.
the versatile.
Like I'm just saying, like if you were to take, 10 engineers who use Pro Tools and 10 engineers who use something else, which one of them you think is gonna make more money?
Honestly.
Yeah, you're right.
Being honest.
Yeah.
Can't deny that one either.
Yeah, it's just again predatory type situation.
You stuck on that.
Yeah, I mean, like again, like it's because
man, predatory.
It's really like it's just these are the systems that are already in place. So it's like, all right, we'll just learn this shit. But I don't think I've ever met a happy Pro Tools user either. like people who just is happy with Pro Tools.
Pro Tools is,
man, just be working out for me. Hell yeah,
Love
like,
it.
No, I mean, I don't think. I think that's disingenuous, right? I think that's disingenuous to suggest that anyone who has criticism for what they use doesn't mean that they're happy with it. Like, I love Pro Tools. Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I have issues with Pro Tools. But at the same time, I've
like
seen
the
people
way
have
it make
stupid
me
issues
sound.
with Ableton. I've seen people have issues with Logic. Like, to understand this world is to know that no DAW is
it's gonna
perfect,
be-
and all of them have things you can criticize them with, right? But at the end of the day, when I know no DAW is perfect, the same way no person is perfect, I love Pro Tools. Pro Tools has done amazing
I like the way it
things.
make me sound.
Absolutely. So when you say you haven't met them, that's a lie.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's one of many lies you told today.
I haven't
Next
told
topic.
no lies, bro. Like, my niggas be so frustrated using Pro Tools, bro. Like it be the most problems for the position that it has. Like, it's just not holding up to his name, and it's like why do we be like, oh, you gotta be on Pro Tools, like. Yeah,
Well, until something else becomes industry standard, Pro Tools will forever reign.
Yeah, it's just in its place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, but even then, like as a company, it's respect. It's like could any of these other companies do what Pro Tools did to become industry standard?
It'll take
You know
a
what I'm
while.
saying?
And by that time, Pro Tools will still have his name, still be standing, probably go stronger than.
Because that's what we're talking about. Like right now, if you were to go to anybody's at the crib scenario, ain't no telling what they're using. You know what I'm saying? But Pro Tools didn't get there by focus. That didn't exist when Pro Tools was created.
Yeah.
Right? Pro Tools did that by like occupying major studios.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, what are you willing to do to make that a thing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I guess that's the thing. I feel like they're not adapting like in that same way. Like because like most things are moving towards individual setups. You know what I'm saying? Home studios, personal laptops, and they're just not meeting people there. Nor are they like, at least I don't think so. Like they came out like what was that one update that they came out with the loops like the little loop programmer thing that they just
Sketch.
Yeah, Sketch. Like when I looked at that, I was just like who did they consult? Like who were they talking to when they made that? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Me too.
I don't know. It's just
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing though. I don't think like
and
I don't think that like
I feel like I fully understand everything you're saying about it was the first to market.
Yeah.
There are creative people that use every DAW, including Pro Tools, right? But like I just haven't for it to be where it is, the kinds of problems I've just never seen in another DAW. Like that. I mean, the most recent example was the one track we was trying to record at the show. At the Pro Jam, like that was a regular occurrence for me in when I was recording in Studio B back in the day. Yeah. Like it was a regular thing, and I just thought, my computer is just whatever. Mm-hmm. Like this man LJ was on
I used to definitely
M1
feel that way, but now I'm like
type situation. It's like, bro, still,
you
know what I'm saying? 5 years later, like these is a
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I man, trust me, bro. Like,
right.
You guys were, learning to tie your shoes when I was dealing with these same issues, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being honest. I'm not gonna act like I have not seen these, but at the same time, that's what I'm saying. It's like pick your poison.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, sure, Pro Tools does have the, what seems to be like the every version of it. There's some software / coding issue that causes irregular or inconsistent issues that make it hard to prove or to even troubleshoot because it can be inconsistent, right? Absolutely. But like, what I'm trying to tell you is that like, I ended up on MPC. MPC was like the last of the things that I tried. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I am the producer we're talking about, meaning like I wasn't attached to anything. I was just searching through different DAWs, different machines to see what worked. I've had a machine. You know what I'm saying? I've had same machine. I've had SP. I started off with DOP. Then I went to Reason. Then I used Cubase. Then I even used Nuendo for a little bit. I made beats in Acid. Like, there's songs I dropped that I made in Logic. You know what I'm saying? Like
Nuendo.
I done been through all of this stuff. There is a creative and artistic advantage in Pro Tools that often gets not discussed because what hurts the most in that moment are those weird ass error messages that pop up out of nowhere. Yep. But that's why I'm saying I was not gate-kept or indoctrinated into Pro Tools. I use it because I choose to, because it is better for my workflow than others. I've tried to use Logic. I've done use Logic, right? And there's just something about the way it's set up to where, yes, it might run into those errors a lot less, but it's not as conducive to the workflow and creative approach that I prefer. And so you choose your poison. For me, I would much rather the 1 out of every 10 sessions have this error message than like I got to deal with this workflow I don't like with every session. You pick your poison. Right? That's why I always feel the need, like I'm not out here trying to say Pro Tools is perfect, but when people just dump in on Pro Tools like it's just fucked up and these other DAWs are not, that's a fucking lie. Like all of these DAWs have left something to be filled. You know what I'm saying? And until they create the perfect DAW, To me, there's no reason. The only reason Pro Tools gets criticized the most is the same reason Jay-Z gets criticized the most. It's because Jay-Z is king, and so is Pro Tools.
And there's a higher expectation.
Well, but that's what I'm saying, though. But like a higher expectation of what?
A higher expectation to perform better, especially when you charge the most money. For people to hop in and if you
charge the most money, again, like these are statements that are like not fair unless you're willing to like charge the most money for what? That's like saying like, you know, charge like a Samsung and an iPhone should cost the same amount. As if ecosystem, as if all these other things in play be outside of that device aren't also a part of the cost.
Well, yeah, for its architecture, for its ecosystem, for the workflow. Like these are the things that, especially as a DAW that like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, forget like meeting producers, meeting beat makers halfway, right? Mm-hmm. Just as a recording, like mixing DAW, like those inconsistencies to then continue to like, you know what I'm saying? What are we paying for? Like Adobe, for example. Adobe is a software that I was upset when they switched to that subscription model. And it's expensive. It's like 60 something bucks a month or whatever. Yeah. But like when they come out with stuff, it is improvements on it. And I feel like Avid is not improving that software.
They are.
So, I feel like they are.
Avid definitely is. And again, like this is where I tell y'all, man, like again,
they are.
You was figuring out what a fork is when I started working with Pro Tools. Like they absolutely are. Even in ways, and that's the thing is like I can sit here and say like, man, I'm thankful for the ways Pro Tools has gotten better over and over the years, even recently. Whereas, and I'm gonna tell you why, and this is why, man. So many people look at Pro Tools like the big bad, like, you know, George Soros of like, you know what I'm saying? Like Pro Tools is Illuminati. It gets way more shots at it than any other DAW. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so it's usually under more scrutiny. But what you don't realize, and I know this from my own, you know, the same thing could be said about Ableton as with Pro Tools. I said there was a stain, right? There was a stain that Ableton had about its sound, right? And so like the same thing, yes, Pro Tools does have those weird ass flaws, but there have been real and gradual, additions to things that have just gone off the radar because people are so used to criticizing for the same thing. I wake up and it'd be like new shit in Pro Tools all the time.
There is always like videos dropping of like, the updates and this and that.
And what I would tell you to do, and this is something I recently did because I've been like, man, I've been curious about like, you know, what is it like to truly just make beats in Pro Tools? Yo, go on YouTube. There is like a whole facet of like Pro Tools discussion that's just making beats on Pro Tools. Yeah. And when you watch those videos, you'll realize you don't know Pro Tools as good as you think you do. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of techniques, options, and things programmed into it that, again, Pro Tools is living with the stain of just being an engineered platform. Right, yeah. It has really come a long way.
On some producer shit?
Yeah, absolutely. It truly has. I was surprised. I was like, wow, this is not as like, you know, Pro Tools it's living with that stain. The way Ableton lived with that stain of sounding terrible for years.
Well, I know this, like, when I for certain, like, you know, my whole experience and except I guess you know what I'm saying? Like everybody I knew that used Pro Tools, it was because they were told they need to use it, right? Which I understood. Because
I'm going to say that's a sentiment you find way more here than you would in New York or LA.
Okay.
And there's a cultural reason for that.
And here was where I was introduced to Pro Tools. So, you know, like that's when that's around the time I started using it. So, you know, that's a lot of where that opinion first originates from. And then Pro Tools had them same as problems that we was having the other day. I feel like those are kind of some basic things that probably should have been addressed, you know what I'm saying, along these updates. Cool. But then like when they started like charging out the frame for it, and I was still feeling like, yo, this is not any better for the reason I was using it for.
Oh, really? Like, what is out the frame? How much are you paying them off for Pro Tools?
I'm not paying. I refused to.
Okay, so how much do you think people are paying for Pro Tools?
It's like $30-something a month, right?
I pay $10 a month for Pro Tools. What is out the frame?
I need to talk to you.
What is this? You
I need to talk to you.
How
I'm
much you
definitely
paying?
paying 30. I need to
Yeah,
talk to
he
you.
paying. So that's the junk, like $30
I
a
need
month.
to
Like
talk to
that's the price I got advertised. So I don't know.
No, maybe you got to be the real nigga.
No, bro. No, we gotta talk.
Okay, so wait a minute, what you talking about?
Hold up.
Yeah,
It is not the price.
No,
I
but
was
what I will say though, just to piggyback on what Mel was saying, I have tried other like DAWs, and when I got to Pro Tools, that was the one that was like, okay, I like the workflow of this, especially like now, because remember my main issue, and this is kind of why I'm still with Machine, was the fact I couldn't record like vocals. I didn't have audio tracks. But now that because of Pro Tools, I have the virtual channels and everything like that. Now I have Machine set up and running through Pro Tools the whole time. So
yeah, and that's why I feel like I say it again. I feel like Pro Tools wins in terms of the way you can route things in and out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which on some personality type, like whoever the type of person, however we would describe the like, analog is king. You know what I'm saying? type personality stereotypically is like
It's
also
Pro Tools
the Pro Tools
That's
personality type.
I would put you in that category.
Yeah, so what I'm not saying, what I'm not saying is because this is just not like a thing. I feel like Ableton is great on the routing on that kind of stuff. It's just not. That's just not like the main focus. That's not the type of person that would pick Ableton. But like, I feel like
He got all kinds of excuses for himself.
I feel like
he got leniencies and I understands for himself. Like,
well, I'm just trying not to bring it up as like, Ableton is better in this shit too. Like, but you know what I'm saying? Because that's not what we talk about. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying on that.
you really are an Ableton dude, bro.
no, for real.
I mean, and I don't even mean that in a way you should be proud of. I mean in the way I make fun of Ableton dudes.
Hey man,
If we ever go into the bathroom, please do not get next to me in the
bro.
stall.
Hey, wait. Hey, you know what he did?
Ableton dudes don't actually do that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's,
I mean, what
Ableton
video
is
was that? What video was that?
the best, huh?
I said, what video was that?
We did the me and Pro. We did the chapters video.
You are
That was you. That felt natural, right?
That was
You felt natural doing that.
that was Pro doing that shit.
I said you feel natural do it.
That was my idea. That was my idea.
You feel natural doing that shit.
That was my idea. You know what I mean?
It fits.
Yeah, hey, bro.
I guess, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a
I'm
maestro
just
kind
gotta
of
let
thing.
you know.
You
I feel like Ableton. They probably like Jehovah Witnesses. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
damn. Well,
have
you
you
should
have
do
you
it.
heard have you heard the good news type?
You know
type
what?
stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, wait.
Knocking on your door.
I don't think you should use that description, but
I'm falling back
because
on that.
everybody like,
Good, like,
I'm saying that's
No,
the,
I
you know what I'm
feel
saying?
you,
It's
yeah.
like they always just gotta
You are
let it be
promoting,
known. You know what I
right,
mean?
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Because you stay promoting. As soon as you walk up in Butterfly, hey, bro, let me show you what I just. I'm like,
I don't use Ableton in the Butterfly, but you know, when people want to ask, it'd be like, oh, bro,
Nah,
like,
I love it.
I got you. You know what I'm saying? Free lessons.
Hey yo, we done went way past the time, man. These latest episodes is getting kind of. We didn't even get to the third topic. I don't even think we did. What was the third topic?
It was just
session
kind of
control. So yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Session control. Yeah, we didn't get that. We gotta fold that over to the next one.
Yeah.
Man, well, this has been another very interesting episode of Type Beat here at Outer Space in Unapologetic Studio. My name is I Make Mad Beats, and behind me is the cast.
What up, LJ1S?
Unique.
Kid
Period.
Maestro. But also, before we go, we are moving the time for Type Beat to Saturdays now. Saturdays at what was the time, guys? 2 o'clock.
Saturday at 2 o'clock.
2
Be
p.m.
there.
Yeah. So probably won't be
Tune
this
in.
coming Saturday, but the Saturday
Saturday.
right after that.
Yeah.
The next week.
All right.
Like,
Let's get it.
Not this Saturday, next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Tune in at 2 o'clock. We will
sir.
be here.
Really quick, man. Big shout out my man Jackson in the building. You know what I'm saying, over in the corner.
Period.
Can't really see him, but he about to help us out and take this to the next level. I want to give a shout out so that the next time you see all of this happening, it might look dramatically different and a lot
Right.
cooler.
Yeah.
So,
Salute.
absolute. On that note, yeah, man, y'all be safe, stay dangerous. Have a wonderful day, night, evening. Yeah.
Yeah.
bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bitch, Are you jealous?
Oh shit, here we go again.